Hey, this is Mike Ramsey here, the SEO manager for Wyse. I'm doing today's Wyse 5, talking about the big not provided change in Google. This is making a lot of news, a lot of waves online right now. Give you a little bit of backstory. Back in 2011, Google originally announced that they were going to be encrypting the connections for anybody making searches on Google when they were logged into a Google account. What this would mean for marketers, for anybody who's running a website and wants to know about the people visiting their website, anybody logged into a Google account who clicks on your website and comes to it from a Google search result, there would be no keyword data provided. You wouldn't know what keyword they came from. You'd still know they came from Google, but not in a specific keyword. Everybody else, though, of course, still had that keyword data passed on to any website they visited. This is something that at first was promised to be a very minor change. Not many people are going to be logged into Google accounts to have much of an effect on people's analytics. It wasn't really going to be a big deal. And then slowly but surely over the last couple of years, basically, as this has been coming into place, we have seen a gradual rise in the amount of not provided traffic. For a company like Wyse, where we're very much tech focused, obviously, there's a lot of people in our industry are logged into their Google account. We've actually seen not provided come up to sort of 60–70% of all of our organic search traffic coming into the site. Obviously, in a lot of other industries, not nearly as high, sort of 20, 30, 40%, much more normal, maybe 50, but it's unlikely to see higher. However, what Google has just done, they sort of warned us that this might be coming down the road, but only now has it sort of slowly or sort of suddenly been put into place, is that Google has brought the security setting, as they call it, to everybody. It doesn't matter whether you're logged into a Google account or not. The keyword information as to what keyword you're clicking on when you go through to a website, information is completely not going to be passed to that website. So now when you go and you look at analytics in the future to see, well, where are my users coming from, if they're coming from Google, the entire keyword list will just simply say not provided. There is no breakdown. That information is just going to be unavailable now. This is obviously a big concern for marketers because you really need to know, like, well, you know, what kind of decisions should I be making about, you know, what keywords should I focus on? Maybe I have these great rankings, but are they actually making me money? You know, at the end of the day, what are my users searching for to land on my website? And then, you know, which of those people are actually buying my products or services? This is very important information to make marketing decisions on. But simply, Google's decided this is not going to be available anymore. Fortunately, you can still get this information as far as people searching Bing and Yahoo, but obviously at the moment, that's a very small percentage of the total search traffic coming into any given website. Chances are, if you ranked on Google, it makes up by far the largest percentage of your search traffic coming in. So obviously, there's a lot of people are pretty upset about this. Google, of course, has positioned this as a security change because they want you know, the information about what users are searching on Google to be more secure, more private. But at the end of the day, really, what a lot of people, you know, being cynical or skeptical, are pointing to is that this has a lot more to do with selling more AdWords. I mean, at the end of the day, Google is a profitable company. They're publicly traded. They have to make more money year after year, and the way they make money is through AdWords. Vast majority of their revenue comes from AdWords. To that end, to some extent, this change really obviously makes AdWords even more appealing than it was before. In that, of course, AdWords data is still going to pass that keyword data. If you want to know if a certain keyword works for you, if you want to know if ranking high for that keyword is valuable, the only way you're going to be able to find that out really in a for sure, like definite trackable way is going to be by paying for an AdWords campaign and paying to rank high and seeing how that traffic performs. Beyond that, I mean, it's not like there's that there's no information on these users coming to your site. There's other information that you could be using to try and make educated guesses. For instance, there's webmaster tools, which will continue to give you a very inaccurate, basically, portrait of you know, what keywords are people seeing you under, how much are they clicking, and what's your average position. That information is really not you know, not very specific. It's always based on like a sort of subset of the total traffic coming to your site. Similarly, your historical data could possibly be used to make educated guesses as to what kind of traffic you're seeing now based on where you're ranking for certain keywords. You'll still obviously be able to know new versus returning visitors, but I mean, there's nothing that will actually replace that keyword data as far as Google is concerned. Anyway, that's really basically it. You know, it's going to be a very interesting time for internet marketers going forward, particularly anybody specifically involved in SEO, and it's going to see a lot of shifts in the industry around, I mean, you know, focusing on things like user engagement probably, and it's sort of, you know, coming up with great tools that will be able to help us make these kinds of educated guesses when we lack this keyword data directly. Thank you very much.